presented by อาจารย์ Weerawat Liemmanee and อาจารย์ นิสากร จุลรักษา อาจารย์ วงศกร เจริญพานิชเสรี อาจารย์ หทัย ชนก วังวนเจริญ อาจารย์ นิพาพร ปัญญายง อาจารย์ นิธิภา อาริอาจฤทธิ์และอาจารย์ พวงรัตน์ จันทวีโรจน์นะครับ also they are going to present the article is name and the name is the commodity channel index for trading Z50 index futures. Yeah, all of them from College of Digital Innovation Technology, Rangoon University, Thailand. Please welcome. Ajahn Weerawat, please you can share your PowerPoint, please. Yeah.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I will start my research now. Today, I will talk about the commodity channel index for trading Z50 index future. This is my team from Rangoon University. The first one, we will talk about the title. We have two keywords. The first one is commodity channel index, and the second one is about Z50 index future. Z50 index is a first block index to provide a benchmark of investment in Thailand, and it's calculated from the stock price of the top 50 risk body on set. And the next, Z50 index future is a first future concept that refers to Z50 index. And is a graph of Z50 index future that we can plot from the data that I get from the software. You can see that some part of the graph is a sideways, and in the middle of the graph they have a downtrend and uptrend and uptrend again, and on the last
You know what? You can control your screen, your mouse, please.
Can you see?
Yeah, you can control your skin. Yeah, and your mouth. You can control your move.
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Okay, now go back. This is a graph of closing price of Z50 index future. You can see from this graph, some part of them on the left-hand side is sideways, and in the middle of this graph is downtrend and uptrend and downtrend again. And on the right-hand side,
มีเบอร์อาจารย์ตรงนี้ไหมฮะให้เขาโผล่คุยกันได้
have uptrend. For the next, the second keyword of this is a commodity channel index, or we can call in the short name of CCI. CCI is a momentum-based oscillator. It's one of many indicators when we want to use a technical analysis to trading stock. The CCI alone whether to identify price reversal or price extreme, and sometimes we use it for give a signal to buy or sell. It developed by Donald Lambert in 1980. This is the CCI formula. You can see the formula. The data that we use is a high price, low price, and closing price. We combine this together and find average of this. After that, we can get a technical price. From technical price, we minus technical price by 70 period of simple moving average and divide by 0.015 mean division. After that, we can compute CCI. After we compute CCI already, this is a graph of closing price. The top is a graph of closing price, and in the bottom is a graph of value of CCI that compute from closing price. You can see that the graph of closing price of Z50 in the future and graph of CCI is similar. That's the reason why I use this to find the best to find to the strategy to find the strategy to control the activity engagement. And when I study, many research can use CCI in many ways, such as CCI cause the zero level line, or CCI overbought oversold, or CCI breakout trend line, something like that. But in this research, we study only the first two strategies called the zero line and with the overbought oversold. This objective of research. This research have the main objective is to compare maximum profit when trading set 50 index future using two strategies compared together. And the second, by the optimum manager or by the period of CGI that fits all that fits all that fits all rate for the trade that 50 index future. In this research, you can see we have two strategies. The first one cause the zero line, and the second one reach the overbought oversold zone. And we compare with the 3 period, 10 period, 15 period, and 20 period. And we compare with the whole time frame of 10 minutes, the 10 minutes, 60 minutes, and 1 day. After we combine it together, we can have a 24 phase. The method and material for this research, we use data from the event structure. We get all data that we can have. And this survey giving a data from 5th of March 2019 to 24 February 2021. And from the data, we try to find the method, compare with two statistics. The first one called the zero, you can see from the graph. When the value of CCI is a negative and cause a zero and change to be a positive, at this point we will buy. And after that, we waiting for the signal. If the CCI value change from the positive to be negative, this point we will sell, and we can get the profit from the first point to the second point. This for some example. And in set 50 in the future, we can trade two ways. The first one buy, and after that we sell. And the second, we can sell first, and after that we can buy. In the opposite way, if the CCI value is a positive and change to be negative, at this point we will sell, and after that we waiting for the signal again until the CCI value cross the zero line, and this point we then buy, and we can get the profit from this. For the first strategy for this research. And for the second strategy, in the CCI overbought oversold, we can give you some example. For example, you can see they have a dot line, a blue dot line at minus 100, and a blue dot line at 100. When the CCI value reach the minus 100, because this is overbought. Sorry, we call it oversold. When the CCI value reach the minus 100, with the oversold zone, we buy. And waiting for the signal after the CCI value reach the overbought zone or 100, we can sell. And the opposite way, for the CCI strategy with overbought and oversold strategy. For example of two strategies that I use for this research. And the result, They have many results in paper, but I can put everything in only one picture in one graph like this. In this chart, you can see that the first level case is formed called the zero level, and the left level case is formed of what also strategy. And this is a chart of the net profit that result. You can see the maximum net profit from the CCI to trade is 570, and the second net profit, the second maximum net profit is about 300. The number 9 is the first ranking when we calculate by net profit, and number 3 is the second, and number 2 is the number 2 is the third case, and the ranking number 3 is the bell. From this, you can see from this graph, from this chart, it's obvious that when we use a cost zero level strategy, mean of them is greater than zero and give me a maximum profit. But when we use a oversold strategy, you can see that we have a low profit. And from this, we change to the another chart. From the another chart, in this chart, we compare with the percentage of win or percentage of profit. You can see that the cost zero level strategy give me a maximum profit, but they have a low percentage of winning. But in the case of overbought oversold, they have more decision or more percentage of winning, but they give me a less the maximum profit, because when we use overbought oversold, okay, we can guess that trend is up or down. We can have a percentage of winning, but when we win, we got our return money. But when we fail for this, we lost so much. So if the lesson why the possible level is the maximum more than. And for the first three maximum net profit, we compare and plot into a graph like this with the first ranking to make a maximum net profit. We use a 70 period at the time frame of 60. You can see that the bottom is the graph of CCI. And if we compare this with the ranking of number 2 for CCI 20 period in the time frame 10 minutes, you can see it's a high frequency difference more than. But if we compare with the number 3 maximum profit with the time frame day, you can see that this graph is that CCI.
Weerawat, you have already 3 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Okay. And now, from these 3, we can conclude in a chart. If we want to compare about the CCI cost over zero level, compare with the CCI with the overbought also, we found that cost zero level if more than if maximum profit is more than the CCI overbought also. And if you compare between the period of 10, 50, and 20, we find that 20 is the best, better than the other two. And if we compare with about the time frame, we have 4 time frame, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and time frame day. We get that 30 minutes and 60 minutes is appropriate for use CCI to trade set 50 in the future. And when we find the best or the maximum net profit, we found that the best for use CCI for trade the set 50 in the future is a zero level strategy with the 20 period in the time frame 60 with the best result for it. And conclusion, this This is one sub-project of my project to find indicator that fit or best for you to create in real life when we want to train about defect or want to train about security in the future. And we found that we can use CCI to apply to the real life, but the investor must be disciplined and actively, and after that, they will follow the system without failing. If they have this and follow the system, we think that it will make a profit. But in the future, we want to try to research again in CI. Just combine with another indicator and use with another stock or reject in the forward test. Okay, for the conclusion, I think that CCI is one of the indicators that we can use to create effect in Thailand. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, then the presentation finished, right?
Yep.
I'm not pretty sure. I have to admit that at the beginning of your presentations, actually the first half, I looked at the skin of Kun Panada and it didn't move to anywhere at all. And I just realized that, oh, actually I have to choose another screen of Dr. Kun Weerawat. So I'm going to give you the comments based on the paper that I reviewed then. Okay, so in this paper, when I read it, I really like it. I like the story, and it's interesting that you find, the relationship and the trading strategy. I only have a few questions regarding the result because I'm not pretty sure how you select this. For example, if you have the papers with you that show the statistics, the tables, like table 1 up to table 7, and you show the time frames, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, those kind of stuff. So I'm not pretty sure how you choose the periods because for table 6, you have 10, 15, 20 periods and then time frames 10, 30, 60 and then day. So am I correct that the period in the first column is also in minutes? Is that is my understanding correct? Yeah.
This
that
minute.
one.
Okay. This minute.
They are minutes, right? Okay, so 10 minutes with 10 minutes is very low. I try to find a pattern of your results, but I'm not pretty sure I understand for this one. So what is the conclusion for this table? If you are going to kind of provide the implications.
This table, I'm going to
this table 6.
Try out to test that CCI fit for the trading security in the future or not. So I try to have many time frame, but 10 minutes, 30 minutes, and 60 minutes, and then it's a time frame that popular to trade in real life. So I selected for the 4 example to test. And for the first one, when I test with time frame 10 minutes, it took quickly. It's a high frequency to trade. And from it, we can see that if we use the time frame 10 minutes, when we use period, the waiting period of CPI, it gives you a maximum. And the next, if we do the time frame of 30 minutes, you can see that CCI that waiting period if you are max. But when you use a CP, you can get this the best. I want to compare. I want to trade which time frame and which period that is for trade certificate by that case. But I don't sure in the forward case it may be right or not.
I mean, seeing this table is quite difficult to conclude whether, you know, the same minutes of trade or it has to be like the longer periods, the better, for example. But it doesn't have conclusions like that. So I'm not pretty sure is it because you randomly select the range of the period that give you this result or the setting.
I select the period from the popular period that investor use in real life. So you can see that 10 minutes is too quickly to trade by manual, but we can use 10 minutes to trade by with coding or robot, something like that. But if you want to trade by manual by yourself, I think sometimes 60 minutes or they will best trade by manual. I want to try many periods because in the future I want to.
You see, it looks like the 30 minutes giving you the result differing from others, right? The trend of the value reported in the table for 10 minutes, 60 minutes, and day. It gives you the same trend when the period become longer. Then the net profit is higher.
This is some point that I suspect and I want to test.
Yeah, I kind of suspect this 30 minutes.
I think so. If problem that I want to test in the next research. This point that thank you for your comment. Thank you for your comment. This is the problem that I want to test in the next research.
And then when we look at overbought, oversold strategy, again, there's quite similar issue where there's two in the middle, 30 minutes and 60 minutes. You could see that the trend is kind of net profit is lower when the period is longer.
Yeah.
But 10 minutes and 1 day are opposite.
So I think in overbought also they have some problem about this because when I try to compute, I can see that they have some problem on this graph. You can see when I use overbought oversold on the blue line, you can see the minus 100 is too low. But when I trade in real life, many times it gives a CCI value that less than minus 1. It's called less than. And the same. In the opposite side, the overbought reset in the 100. But in real life, many points that's more than 100. So it gives me some idea that in the next research, sometimes we maybe adjust some overbought oversold from 100 or minus 100 to more than or less than to adjust the best overbought oversold and to compare with a zero level. In this research, we set overbought oversold only 100 and only minus 100. But I think it's not the best.
What is that period? Is it for the one that have a big drop?
It's a significant. This drop because the
It's February. February this year. Yeah.
This year. I
But
think
but the black line for the commodity, the CCI, the dip, the lowest one is actually happened before the future. Is it the set 50 futures? You see, set 50 futures is declined significantly in March, but then CCI is in February.
You can see many points in it too. Such as this one, I suspect for this. One is too low, and for this one. This is the best or the worst that if you are maximum, but they have some point.
But then that if you kind of conclude like this, then what happened in March doesn't reflect in the CCI then. You see the decline in the set 50 future, the big decline there, not really reflect as much like in February. So the CCI, is it actually really good for being predictors or explaining the movement in the futures?
And when I compare with another period, such as 1 day, you can see that body some point. So I think time frame is important for UCCI. For the next result, I will try to select more time frame by it. More time frame for that. Because
have you used any performance measurements?
I don't study about that because this research I want to try only that CCI is fit for trading effectively or not. It's the first question for me. If CCI is work for this case, I will try to study in detail about performance, about time frame, about many variables. For the first one that I start to try to get that it fit or work for effect or not. If it works, I will study in detail and I will try to get to check a forward test. That's better for the next interpretation for me.
Because like now you are using net profit to kind of lead you to the conclusions. But if you cannot prove that the CCI and the future index that you study are really have co-movement pattern somehow, then it's like you're not really plugged in the the relationship between the two things. It's just like randomly they dip in the same time, they up in the same time, but they don't actually have relationship or the pattern that you can replicate the net profit for the future set of data.
That's the best comment. I think so.
If you use some other performance measurement that to kind of support your argument, right, that would be valuable.
Yes, the time is over. Please, sorry. The time is, yes, it's over. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the presentation as well.
Yes.